Man, rest in peace, Slim Duncan. Blackprint Radio, J5 in the building, Josh Pease, MC. I was Waka Flocka. Man, that takes me way back, Mark. Thank you for playing. Thank you for picking that song.
That was my Hip Hop 50 pick. I had to make sure we represent for Friday.
It is Hip Hop 50.
Yep.
I don't know if do y'all feel anything?
Yeah, I actually do.
What do you feel, Mark? I don't feel anything.
Go ahead, Mark, because I have thoughts, but I'll let you go.
I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty pivotal. I think it's pretty momentous to be able to have a moment like this. This ends up being one of the youngest genres in music to be able to celebrate that with the artists that we have, or that we have, you know, that are still here with us and can be able to celebrate that. I think is amazing. As we have added more detail to that earlier today, it actually does interest me the decades that are going to be celebrated over others on Friday, because truthfully, I haven't seen too many from 2010s or 2020s. A lot of the content that has been pushed for Hip Hop 50 has been pretty much ceilings out at the late 2000s, which I'm not mad at. I'm cool with 2000s, 90s.
You didn't see You didn't see the Sprite commercial with Lotto and Rakim and Nas?
No, I missed that.
I haven't seen it yet. I heard about it, but I haven't caught it yet.
It plays on Twitch like constantly, so it's probably on YouTube at this point. But they basically remade the message, I think. So yeah.
Oh wow, they remade the message. That's interesting. So yeah, man, I think it's going to be something that should be celebrated a whole lot from everybody that loves this like how we love it. I originally wanted to be in New York City. Not going to do it again like how I had planned to, but I'm sure, you know, there's going to be a whole bunch of different things going on in Sedgwick. I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of different things going on in the city just in general. So it's an exciting time. I think it should be celebrated in a very large way.
What's your thoughts, Josh?
Everyone to actually celebrate it. I've seen, like, you know, of course, over Amazon, we've been doing city sessions in New York, and Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's been dope. I think I haven't really seen a ton of brands lean in, and when I have seen brands lean in, it's felt very, I don't know, for lack of a better term, culture vultures.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't seen a ton of stuff. Like the Sprite thing is something I heard about. I've seen Google Pixel put out like a mixtape with like new artists remaking old songs. I thought that was kind of cool. It's called the Pixtape. They had like Flo Milli remaking fucking, I forgot what she did, but
was it Blow the Whistle or was it something else?
Yeah, it might have been Blow the Whistle. Yeah, Flow the Whistle. Yep. But yeah, I haven't seen a ton of activity. I'm kind of curious what people are going to do on Friday. I guess Friday's the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm curious what people are going to do. I'm excited to see. But I haven't seen a ton, even from like the DSPs like Spotify or Apple, YouTube. I haven't seen a ton of activity around it.
And I did tell my dad, that I had plans to be in the city. He was like, I told him about the date and how it's going to be 50. And he's like, well, it's 50, but not really, because nobody was really doing it like that until 1980 when the actual music started coming out and people actually started paying attention. So I guess the birthday really means different things to different people, because even though, you know, the first Kool Herc parties in 1973, you know, the years between 73 and 79 until we actually got Rapper's Delight, you know, those end up being, I guess you could say, more of an underground thing to everybody that knew at the time until it ended up being something that's global. So it probably does mean different things to different people.
Yeah, Mark, what the fuck you about to do out there? Do some breakdancing on some cardboard, nigga?
Yeah,
I mean, I would have done it.
Like, what are you doing out there? What do you need to go out there for?
I would have liked being on Sedgwick.
Just standing
on Sedgwick and seeing everything that's going on.
Just standing there, like.
What's funny?
Standing there, your Adidas Kango fit.
Do you think I'm showing up in an Adidas fit, man?
Bro, that's what I'm imagining. You about to have a big old Flavor Flav shade on.
It should. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be decade. I don't think it's gonna default to just, let's just celebrate the 80s. I think 2000s has been getting a lot of love. I think 90s
New York,
has been getting a lot of love.
think in New York they about to respect anything that was going on anywhere else? With the way that they feel about how they own New York or own hip hop.
50 Cent's on tour right now. Of course they are.
You know.
I only thing I've seen is lists. People putting out lists around hip hop's history. I haven't seen like real.
I saw a list about the best hip hop covers. And I say, who the fuck wants to read that? I didn't want to read that shit.
But I think my favorite list I've seen to come out this year was the hip hop executive list. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if that's just me being a hip hop nerd and just behind the scenes type of guy, but I thought that was dope.
No, that's important too. That's very important because 20 years ago, didn't really expect to have too many big executives. We were still the genre that was a lot less dominant than what we were hearing on the radio. Now, damn near everything is influenced by what hip hop is doing. So actually, it's a night and day difference.
Actually, you know who brought in Hip Hop 50 the right way? Melly Mel with that diss to Eminem.
That's crazy. Beat was wild.
Hey, I'm gonna hit a Drewski on it. He did have a couple lines. I'm just put a Drewski on it. He did have a couple lines. Hey, I'm not gonna completely hate.
That beat sounded like, you know, when you get a Casio keyboard and one of the presets got a beat, and he just pressed that bitch and was like, "It's only a minute and 10 seconds. Let me just rap over this whole motherfucker right now." And he went in, bro. Melly Mel. I don't even know what the whole beef was about. I had to go back to it because Eminem is just so not part of my life. But like, you got to think like he's definitely like a part of this historic moment too, right? Like he definitely.
Oh, Eminem's one of the best rappers ever. Definitely a part of hip hop's history.
One of the biggest rap movies.
I was about to say I don't know what the beef is about either, but I'm almost positive that Eminem thanked Melly Mel at his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech. I mean, he thanked everybody. So if he skipped over Melly Mel, that's crazy to me. But yeah, I don't know where that beef came from, but Melly Mel actually sounded decent on the track. Like he didn't sound.
I think it's over a top 5 list.
Yeah, it was over. Melly Mel said Eminem's. Of course, it was from like a Vlad interview or some shit. He said that Eminem uses skin color for privilege or some shit like that, and that caused M to. It was the same song where he dissed The Game on with some new guy, and he was talking about Gen Z and how people don't know what's good rap anymore. And I was like, oh, I forgot you're 50. And yeah, that's where that stemmed from. And then Melly Mel responded like a week later. That song came out a week ago. This came out a week since then. So
hey, Melly Mel, real hip hop. He did that shit instantly. He said, hold up, I'm about to hit the booth. Like hip hop is crazy. Too much.
Did how Jim Jones did it. Think about it.
Oh, come on.
Just think about it. You don't gotta just think about it, bro.
Either way, hip hop turns 50 this Friday, and yeah, we Mark is excited at least. You know, he wants to go stand on Sedgwick. So if you,
I'm like, he got me thinking like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Shit.
Yeah, like damn, like do I need to go stand on Sedgwick?
You should do something nice.
I'm gonna go to Compton.
Mark, make sure
there you go.
Get your shell toes out, brother. What in West Palm? Where could you go? Would you have to go up to? Where would you go to celebrate hip hop?
Where am I going? You think I'm going to Miami to hear some Uncle Luke?
Hey man,
it's hip hop.
It is hip hop by all means, but I don't think Miami's going to celebrate it like that. Wynwood's probably going to be playing the same dance and electronic and EDM that they usually play. I wouldn't expect there to be a big. That actually would have been really lit if all of South Florida hip hop came together and did something for the 11th. But that's just not I don't think that's the style out here.
I might call Iceberg.
Yeah, they get Khaled out there. Shit, fuck it.
If Iceberg did Naked Hustle freestyle for Hip Hop 50, that would be something that's monumental. Monumental, no joke.
But yo, we're at our hour. Thank you guys for listening to Black Print Radio. Of course, B-Sides comes out tomorrow. If you haven't heard the latest episode of Black Print, Fake Bape Shirt, one of our funniest episodes, bar none.
Oh man, that's a great one. Honestly, I'm looking forward to. Are we next week? Are we doing the SAG after episode?
Let me ask Pat and ask Eric and see if they can. Well, actually, today's Eric's birthday, so happy birthday to Eric. That's my
my birthday.
Yes, sir.
Just 100 of the strike today.
Say on day 100.
Yeah, today is day 100. It's crazy.
Oh my god, I'm gonna ask them. So next week we're gonna have writer strike talk. I think it's actually a good platform to have it on, just in case, especially for people who aren't kind of well versed or understand what's going on with it. I think that'll be really cool. So thanks for that idea for sure. I think they'll be able to make it. So I'll ask them about that, and you guys will we'll keep you guys updated on if that's gonna happen next week. But of course, we got new episode of the Black Print B-Sides coming out for Patreon users. And of course we have throwbacks coming up as well this month. The Recession, Young Jeezy. Before he took the Young out his name, he had the Recession.
Oh yeah, make sure you get Young Jeezy's book. It comes out this week too. Adversity for sale.
Adversity
Celebrating
hip hop. That's I love rapper book. Like the Gucci Mane book was fire. The Rick Ross Hurricanes book was fire. I love rap
Yep.
books. Like they're actually really good. The Pimp C book. How could I forget that? That's one of my favorite books of all time.
That's one of the best books ever.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna buy it again on digital for my flight to Japan. I do want to read that book again. My only thing is I've never been able to finish it. Like once he passes away, I have to stop reading it because it gets really sad. Like
Finish. That's a good book though. That's like just his life story and just even the shit after he passed is just good information to have.
Yeah, for sure. Like one of the most fascinating individuals ever, Pimp C. We got to have a UGK conversation one day. But thank you guys for listening to Blackman Radio. We're going to play a couple more songs before we head out of here, and we'll see you next week on AMP. Peace out, y'all.